mile-an-hour rocket. It'll tear him to pieces.
I'm really happy about the approach that they took with this because I think we all know, unfortunately, I mean, it's just a thing. Video game movies don't work.
There have been plenty that have not.
There's a lot that have failed. It's really been the...
oh, we're on like a
That's
set
my
too, right?
ride.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
yeah.
Part of that reason is because what we love about video games is that we're the player playing them. I mean, I myself love video games, but we're the player playing them. We're controlling the action. We don't necessarily want a director and a team of people to control our point of view, to tell us what the story is within it. We ourselves want to carve that story for ourselves. This is great because what it does is it takes, the video game is a part of the movie. I mean, it's about a guy who played video games very intensely and then took that video game experience and put it on the track. It really becomes, to me, like a great sports movie. I mean, like, when I read it, it reminded me a lot of one of my favorite movies of all time, of any genre, but certainly of the sports genre, which is Hoosiers, with Gene Hackman, about, you know, a group of kids from Indiana who there's no way they're going to ever make the championships. They're the underdog, and of course, this coach who's got problems and issues, and of course, they make the championships and they win the championships. That is the same story of this kid who, you know, playing video games, and nobody believes in him. Nobody thinks he can do this. Everybody's against him. And he overcomes these incredible odds and really achieves this incredible thing, which I love. I mean, the funny thing about Neil is that his particular brand of CGI, which I think is so special, his particular brand of science fiction movie is so visceral and grounded. If you go back and watch District 9, the way that alien bug moves around and touches things, he had a guy in a suit with these prosthetics moving around, brushing things around, and they painted over that. But even the way they paint it, his CGI has real gravity, real weight, real grit to it. And I think that some of that will be in this movie, but you'll never know what's, you know, CGI, because he really is, even within his fantastical world, he's really interested in stakes. He's really interested in realism. When you're out here on these tracks, you really feel that visceral quality to this sport, even the smoke and the smell of fuel. And we want the audience to feel that. Neil really wants the audience to feel that. And I think in the hands of a different director, this movie could be kind of a disaster, because you could get a real CGI racing thing. But in this, I mean, you really feel that people could die. And we're doing stuff where, you know, I mean, there's a lot of very talented stunt people, but you're still racing LMP2s around this track at 200 miles an hour. And that's an unpredictable. To be honest, I'm the funniest guy to choose for this. Because look, I love PlayStation games as much as any, you know, recluse of my generation. American. But I never played Gran Turismo. Never been interested in the game. Have no interest in racing, GT racing at all. Never been interested. On this movie, like, I got chills the other day shooting some of the Le Mans stuff, because it's like any sport that you love. It's these euphoric highs and lows, and this danger and this risk and this passion for this game, essentially, is so universal.